What's up, everybody? It's another episode of Hell's Kitchen. It is fried chicken in the kitchen. Let's see how that turns out. Let's stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Fire! Hey! Hey! So when I look at you guys, I'm just gonna do offbeat stuff too.
That's actually on beat. So
It is, well, okay.
you're still off.
I'm sorry.
He
I
doesn't
can't
know
just,
how to be off beat. Bless his heart.
I mean, you know, I grew up in church. I cannot not be offbeat. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the 2 and 4 is stuck with me.
Yes.
If I do the 1 and 3, like I just can't. You know, I can't do that.
I'll teach
Frank
you.
is a master at the 1 and 3. Though.
I can do both.
Yeah, there's my 1, here's my 3, guys, right there.
But you know,
Boom,
Lem,
boom.
all things are possible through Jesus Christ.
It is.
who
Amen.
strengthens you, okay?
Hallelujah. Speaking of the Lord and the good Lord, and he loves good Southern cooking.
Mm-hmm.
It is Hell's Kitchen. You know how it goes down. I'm your host, Lem Gonsalves, always here. You can find me, ladies and gentlemen, at The Poet Saint all day, every day. Also, I have a new website up. You can find me there at stayonthemic.com. Super excited about that. What? Ooh. You can see all the good stuff from your boy holding it down. And yeah, I'm excited about it. But I'm also excited my girl, Rhavin, B Stays Busy, is back in the house.
Hey,
what up?
everybody. It's Rhavin with the V here, and you can find me at B Stays Busy, B-I-Z-Z-Y, because I stay busy.
Because you stay busy. Always.
Glad to be back.
Yes, we are
missed you
glad to
guys.
have you back. We missed the estrogen, you know, in the room.
I heard it was getting real steamy without me, like hot tub steamy.
This dude, Frank. Speaking of Frank Moran, happy go Jackie. What's up, man?
Not much, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJack.
Happy go away, Jackie. That's what I'm gonna start calling you. Keep talking about this hot tub garbage.
Like,
Garbage. I swear that was like the second episode, and you just won't let it go. Frank.
No, he talks like this on the mic, but trust me, guys.
Yeah.
Off mic, man, it's all about when's the next hot tubbing,
Yeah,
man. When we
right.
tubbing again,
That's
man.
exactly not what
HT.
happens.
You might need to get some of that footage on Snapchat.
That will never happen. There'll be invisible footage because it's not going down. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have an amazing guest. I'm super excited.
Oh, yeah.
She is on the phone with us. It is none other than the chef, Wendy Mendez. What's up, Wendy?
What's up, Lem?
How you doing, girl?
I'm super stoked to finally get to talk to you.
Yes, I'm
Couldn't
super
wait.
stoked to talk to you. We are all stoked, and this was like the perfect episode
Yes.
to talk to you,
Yes.
which is great. I'm super excited about this. First of all, how are you doing? Where are you at? You're in New York? What's going down?
Well, actually, Lem, we just moved to Chicago, my husband and I, 3 months ago.
Oh,
Nice.
shoot. Chi-Town
So
in the
talk
house.
about timing.
Okay, nice. Chi-Town. What's the weather like over there? Is it cold yet?
It's getting there, man. It's getting there. It's
getting
windy.
there. It's
They don't lie.
Windy City. Windy City. That's how it goes down.
They do not lie to you.
Yes, we're going to find out later why you're in Chicago now, because I'm sure it's for amazing things. But right now, we want to talk about this episode that went down. Yeah, you were all over the episode. Your stamp was all over the place. I loved it.
Yeah, this was a Wendy-heavy episode.
Windy, heavy.
Very.
There was some highs. There was some lows. There was some scary moments.
There was some,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. There was I want to start with the you know, the flirting that went down between your girl Heather and Andrew. I'm just curious because you know it starts off with this, and I never seen anything between them before that we saw. Of course, we know that stuff goes on behind the scenes. There's editing and stuff that goes on. Was this like what was going on? Was this like something that was brewing for a while between them? Like what was the deal?
I'd say, yeah, it was one of those things that was just kind of like progressed. I mean, really, we're trapped with each other.
Right.
Not allowed
Trapped.
to our loved ones.
Right.
You know, I mean, and by the end, you do feel kind of trapped. Like, in the beginning, it's like, oh, this is cool. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to do all these things. And then it's like, oh, my God, I fucking hate you all. Let me out of here.
Exactly.
So I guess not all of us had that I hate you all, let me out of here feeling.
Ah, I see. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? You know,
Yeah.
like you said, you're trapped.
Yeah, whatever.
some
Yeah.
eventually fold
Exactly.
and make friends.
Make
or
friends.
frenemies or
There are
level
special
friends.
friends that sleep in the same bed with the clothes on.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
But then when he's
Cuddle buddies.
when he drops that little cuffer, if you're cuffing. That's what
Cuffing?
you're doing.
Is that what it's
find
called?
some, like find some
Season
cuddle buddy.
cuffing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when he drops that little bomb, it's like, oh yeah, guess what? I'm getting married in a few weeks. I'm like,
Right.
A few months or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
It was like 2
Whatever.
months or something. I'm getting
what?
married in 2 months, so.
This
But my thing was
probably
like,
won't last.
yeah. So what was gonna? I'm trying to figure out like what was his mentality with that? Like in 2 months, it's just
Andrew.
it's gonna be a Hell's
No.
Kitchen.
All right.
fling?
Okay, so what you have to understand is that whole I'm getting married in 2 months thing was more said in confessional than said to anybody else.
Ah.
Right.
Everybody else didn't necessarily know this was a fiance.
Gotcha.
I see.
He had put down on his whatever that he had a girlfriend, that he
Uh-huh.
hadn't. He was kind of wishy-washy about it. There was not really so much of a I have a fiance statement that came out of his mouth.
Looking for that
We call
showman's
those-
kind of deal.
We call those kind of guys
Interesting.
F-boys.
It's okay.
Yes, we do, Rhavin.
Fan.
yeah, yeah.
And we ain't got time for that.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so I just wanted to
Nobody got
just get
time
that
for
out the way because it did start the episode, and I was just like,
It was just random to me.
It was just really random.
But another thing that you don't really realize,
Mm-hmm.
though, is that you hear that conversation on TV very loudly.
Right.
If you watch it and kind of listen to it, you can hear all of us in the background.
Mm-hmm.
What you're getting is from their mics. Not all of us necessarily even heard all of what was going on between them.
I see.
That was just a little moment,
Yeah.
and they chose to use
to
that.
use
as
that.
and-
Got it. Bring it up to the forefront. I see.
So I
Interesting.
mean, it wasn't necessarily like we all saw him, whatever, laying on her boobs.
Yeah.
But so far as any kind of thing that was said between them wasn't really heard by everybody because we were all talking to each other, rolling
Gotcha.
our eyes.
But during challenge, you guys did hear her call him Boo, correct?
Oh yeah. Oh, she did. Yeah.
Okay.
She definitely did. She definitely called him Boo.
Okay,
It was.
'cause I'm just
Okay.
making
It wasn't
sure.
nothing.
I was
but
gonna say,
it
yeah.
wasn't necessarily as
You're just like, thanks, Boo.
Yeah.
vocal as you may have thought on TV.
Right.
You
Okay.
didn't necessarily hear
Got
everything.
it. Got it.
Still,
Wendy
yeah.
setting the record straight.
Still classy when he starts
Yeah.
like kneading her boobs like a pill. Like, oh, let me
Yeah.
just make my head comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. But I'm just gonna
easy,
do
buddy.
it for 2 months because then I'm gonna get married. Yeah. So
Yeah.
not good.
Classic Andrew.
Just saying. I mean, Andrew is not my favorite. I don't like him. I can't even talk right. I haven't liked him ever since he yelled at our girl.
Yeah.
And and been doing that. Him and the other his cronies. So I'm cool off of Andrew. So this is just another thing to just add to the dislike or disdain that I have for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bless you.
And
I'm
on that
allergic
note,
to Andrew.
yeah.
Wendy, because I know every time
No, yeah,
oh, go ahead,
I'm
Wendy.
not sure how much of what people show is how much they really are. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure if he's really that big of a piece of crap in his everyday life. I don't know. Haven't spoken to him since, so I have no idea.
I feel like
Gotcha.
those are real truths that come out.
yeah.
That's true. Because I feel like every time the blue team is deliberating, he's always got that dip in his mouth. He's always ready to dip. Is that just I'm annoyed just by watching it, and I'm not there. Was that a dipping annoying in person?
I don't know what was more annoying, the crap in his mouth all the time or the nasty bottles he spit into
Oh,
everywhere.
that was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, but those go hand in hand.
Yeah,
You can't have
that's
one
kinda
without
like
the other.
right.
Yeah.
But the remnants, but
Yeah,
the
'cause
bottles
you can't
linger.
swallow that
yeah,
crap.
yeah, and they linger, and we just set it there and leave it. Yeah, yeah. Let's get off of
Ugh,
Andrew because
I know,
he's
but
starting to
this
gross
is
me
a
out. I want to get into some good food because I'm just thinking of
Think about all this amazing
Yeah,
food
yeah,
that we
right,
got
exactly.
to witness this episode.
So as we see as it opens, we always see something, when the chefs come in and something, fresh is going on, which is kind of proceeding to the challenge. We saw some artists doing some paintings of Chef Ramsay, which is kind of dope. That kind of the first one they showed was super fresh.
Yeah.
I even thought
I
the
thought that was
caricature was
fresh.
really good
Yeah,
too.
yeah, the
I
caricature
think
was
the
good too.
character
That was fresh.
great.
And so what happens is they're doing rendition. So everything is set up for these southern dishes that they're going to have to make. So what ends up happening is there's 5 dishes that are there. You don't know what the dishes are. They're covered. What are those things Wendy called that actually cover the food?
They call it a kush.
Kush.
It's the weirdest word. It doesn't make any sense, but they call it a kush.
Okay. I always wonder that. I always wonder because I know that's
Kush.
very prevalent in fine dining. So it's named after weed. So that's awesome. So so you
And
stand
maybe the
behind-
weed's named after the dome.
Exactly.
You never know.
Hey, you never know. So they end up you don't know what the dish is, and you end up having to stand by a dish, and then someone from the opposing team is going to stand with you, and then that's going to be the person you cook against with whatever that dish is. And so we see kind of this going on. You end up. Who did you get paired with, Wendy? You got paired with Paulie, right?
Paulie,
yeah.
Paulie, and you
Battle
guys
of the
got the catfish, and you had never cooked catfish, or just never cooked it in a southern style.
I had never cooked it ever. If you look at my face, I'm
Wow.
smiling, but it's a hideous, ugly smile of I'm trying to make myself smile because I have no fucking clue how to cook this fish.
Wow, that's amazing. And ended up, you hadn't cooked it before and ended up winning the challenge
Smashing
and got the best
the
dish
challenge.
out of that. Were you like surprised? Were you just like, oh, that's how it goes down. I'm Wendy. Like, what were you thinking? Like, what was going on at that moment?
I was excited when Paulie and I both won our point.
Mm-hmm.
That was that alone at that point had kind of given me that feeling of redemption. Like,
Yes.
y'all bitches were trying to get rid of me. Well, look,
Look what happened.
So
I'm a force.
it was beyond gratifying, especially since not all of those on the team who act like they're the shit actually got points.
This is very true.
Very true. Very true.
I'm just gonna throw out that not all of us even win against someone.
Very true. Yes.
Ooh, she's not going to point any elbows.
Shots
but her name
fired.
starts with
That's
an
what I
H,
think.
maybe?
Right.
I don't know.
I think there's some shots fired. Yeah, Heather.
color.
Just saying. Just saying. I'll just clear my throat.
I'm just saying. One
Yeah.
of the things you guys don't see is how many times they told me pastries don't matter. I'm a pastry chef by heart, and I feel like in a lot of ways they, in many ways, wrote me off.
And it's interesting you say that because I've seen in times past in my infinite knowledge of Hell's Kitchen dogs.
gonna say that.
I'm joking because you guys always get on me. Anyway,
He put Frank to sleep.
but
me
no,
up when this is over.
I will just say I'm being funny. But I've seen, and just in cooking shows in general, Hell's Kitchen. I watch a lot of cooking shows, and it seems like when it's a savory challenge and it's a pastry chef that is, like you said, by heart, they tend to get the raw end of the deal. They end up like, oh, you're not going to be able to do this, type situation. So I think it's dope that you are a pastry chef by heart and was able to smash this challenge. So
Absolutely.
Yes, it was
Bam.
very gratifying.
take that, as Diddy would say. So we have Chris Hastings, who's the Hastings, who's the guest judge, and basically the best overall dish was going to go on the menu that night. So just to give a quick rundown, the hanger steak was Johnny and Shayna, and Shayna got that point with the hanger steak. With the catfish, of course, as we mentioned, it was you and Polly. You both got points. We had fried chicken, which was Matt and Ryan. And Ryan got the point over Matt, and he was kind of upset because
Matt had no magic, and it was like diner food.
yeah, diner food, and he's a Southern boy.
Yeah. And he was so dismissive of the judge.
Oh,
Like,
right.
what does he know about Southern food?
He doesn't even have an accent.
You don't have an accent. Get up out of here. You don't know
Not
nothing.
even listening.
Yeah, and I feel that that's like Matt's MO. It's like
Yeah.
if you don't like his food, then it's your fault.
It's not him.
Like it's
ever.
not my fault. My food is amazing.
Perfectly Matt's MO, exactly the phrase I would have used.
Yeah, he shows out. With shrimp, we had Heidi and Coop, and it actually ended up
That's
being
the-
Heidi because Coop had a little situation, a little lightheaded. He get a paper cut, and then now he's lightheaded and he's seeing
like,
things
passes out.
what I mean was. Okay, so just help us out, Wendy. It seemed like it went on for a long time. Was it like a long time? Was it kind of drawn out, or was it like something quick? Like how that went down when he went back and cut his finger and all of that. Chef Ramsay's back there with the medic and all of that. How did that actually go down?
Well, on art, I don't know if you can notice on the show there's a giant wall.
That's right. That's
between
right.
both sides.
Right.
And you can only really see at the pass where you take the food up.
Gotcha.
So initially, we didn't even really know what exactly was going on with him, or how long had he been out, or any of that. And it really at that point, it's not a lot. You definitely only have half an hour
Right.
to do what you need to do, get it on the plate, and make it taste
Gotta
good.
focus on yourself.
So
Exactly.
basically, you try to block out what happens in the other kitchen. because by the time you're cooking, what they're doing doesn't matter. You just got to do you.
You got to do you. No, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect
But
sense.
yet and still, with Coop being out,
Yes.
And he
Heidi's
puked
dish
on himself.
Did he
was
puke?
that? I
Like,
thought it was
we were
dry
told-
blood.
We were told by Chef Ramsay that he had hurt himself, but then he didn't come back until we had all relined up. So I mean, poor Coop never even got to try to finish his dish.
Right. Which made sense because he wasn't gonna have. Yeah, there was not gonna be enough time
But yet and
to
still,
do it.
I think
Heidi
because he tossed it.
Yeah. You were gonna say Heidi what? Didn't get a point.
wasn't able to deliver.
Yeah. So she basically, and I think it was Wendy. Weren't you the one that said like you don't even have anybody up there,
Right.
And you still couldn't get a point? Like, what's going on with you? Was that you?
Yeah,
or was that someone else?
No, that was totally me.
Okay. I'm
That
just
was
saying.
totally me.
Just asking. Just asking.
I liked how critical this judge was, though.
What were you saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say that's how I felt then, and that's like how I felt immediately. It was like you figure going by yourself would be a given that you get a point.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm sure that made her feel some type of way too. That would have made me feel some type of way.
Right. No, exactly. I mean, you're literally up there and you literally just have to have food that somewhat tastes good and you should get a point. So basically, she's up there not going against anyone and still like, I can't give you a point because this is terrible. Yeah, that's.
Yes.
I don't know. We had, what do we have? We had Andrew and Heather. And there was blue team got a point there
For the pork chop.
right, that was with the pork chop, and then Devin and Kimberly, and there was
The
no
trout.
point there for either of them, and that was with the trout. And so basically, because of how everything went down, when they got no point, you guys are already up ahead 1 point. So then you guys ended up winning the challenge, and then you were crowned the best dish. And everybody's like, yay! And they're on your jock now when before they wanted to send you home just last week. And I see how that goes, and I can see how you could have that. Now, you guys, help me out. Up to that point, you had lost a few challenges, correct? Where you guys had to be
We
under
had.
punishment. Yes. So what was the...
We had started strong,
at the
and
beginning.
then we just kind of fell apart.
Fell apart. So what was the mood like with your whole team now that you kind of won this challenge, and now you could kind of have some freedom a little bit and be able to get out and go horseback riding?
It was awesome. It was great. You don't necessarily get to breathe much fresh air and see much sun if
Right.
you're on punishment. You're basically stuck in the kitchen.
Right.
You know, so to be able to physically like to leave the premises is like such a boost to your self-esteem, to your
Morale.
whole being, to everything. Like it's
she's like, oh, I can breathe now.
And
And
we could definitely tell you
yeah.
were enjoying that horseback ride.
yeah,
girl.
Big John the horse.
Yo, I
Can we-
got so much
Whoa.
crap.
Can we
Whoa,
talk
Big
about
John.
Big John though? Like what
Slow down,
happened?
Big John.
What happened with Big John? Like you were really having a good time, and they were really getting on you about like, was the horse that amazing?
I mean, haters gonna hate, but
Right,
you
of
were
course.
enjoying it.
Yeah. Tell me about Big John. What was
Okay.
up with Big John?
I was taught to ride horses as a child to where you ride with the horse. That you
Right.
make the same motion as the horse. I don't know if you noticed right after me, but right after they showed me on the horse, they
Shay
showed
knows.
Shay, and she was kind of doing one of those.
Yes, I
she
did
was
see
kind of
that.
jiggling all over the place.
I did see that.
Because she was bouncing, she was kind of bouncing on her own. I was
You
always
was
taught to
finessing it.
ride with the horse,
Mm.
and I guess from behind it doesn't necessarily look as
I mean,
sweet innocent
looks
as it is.
good.
Got it.
It's a finesse, regardless. It's a finesse.
Rhavin, it looks good.
I like it. I mean, it looked better than Shayna.
Well, yeah,
Y'all
Shayna
were
looked
like-
like she was about to fall off, and that was a quick like when she rolled by, just like.
But you are taught when the horse goes forward, you go
Right,
back.
that
When
you
the
go
horse
back.
you just
You
kind
go
of
back.
like riding a bull.
Yeah. Well, but it's a horse though.
I'm
so
just saying.
I mean, it's
But it's a horse.
But Wendy knows what she's doing. If Frank was riding the horse, he would probably do the same thing because Frank, you know how to ride
Heck
horses.
yes. I mean, I mean, me and Wendy pretty much ride the same way.
Yeah. The horse.
Yeah.
Thanks for backing me up, man.
Yeah, you got it, man. That's the way to ride. If you're gonna ride a horse, you ride it like that, guys.
You ride it
Be a winner.
well.
Be a winner.
Be a winner.
Wendy, when your team does win the challenge, do you get a chance to really? I know you're saying like just getting outside is just it's just great to be able to have that change of scenery. But do you really get a chance to really enjoy when you win, or is it pretty much we got to get there, we got to shoot, and then we got to get right back to the kitchen?
It's a little combination of both. It's a lot of it depends on if we have dinner service that night. or how far away it is, what our mode of transportation is. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but when we went ziplining, we took that private jet.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Look at you,
We
all the way up to
forget.
Big Bear.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah. So that was pimp. But what wasn't pimp was that we had to drive back.
No, they made you drive
Oh,
back from
really?
Big Bear.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
So
They
that was an
should-
all-day
So-
thing. You didn't have dinner service
So that
that
took
day.
all day.
Okay.
Yeah, so we didn't have dinner service that night because it took us all day to drive back from
drive
Big Bear,
back.
which was awesome because we got to drive through the Rocky Mountains.
I was gonna
got-
say, wasn't that a nice
sunset.
little road trip?
Nice little drive.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I'm may have lived in New York City, but I'm like a country girl at heart. So every time that we got out into the woods or out into fresh air,
Some trees,
I was just-
bushes, some leaves. I get it. No, that makes sense.
you guys don't really have enough grass out there. But
It's true.
Yeah, we're deficient in in the grass area. You do got to kind of get out to Big Bear or, places like that
Yeah.
to see get the
Could
fresh
actually
air
see
jumping
rain.
out. Exactly, all of that.
That's a whole
See
nother
rain,
story.
yeah, exactly. So let's get into dinner service. You did have some special guests that were there. Agent Malouf from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he introduced her, though, was like,
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like he was even sure, like, is this a show?
Is this right? Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay.
He knows this is a show.
I'm sure he does. He was told right before production
Yes.
told him.
No, he knows.
But does he watch it? I'm
No.
gonna say no. I'm
No,
gonna say no.
absolutely not.
It was dope to see JJ Redick. I'm a big basketball fan, and he's on, of course, the LA Clippers, and a good player on there. So that was dope to see him. And so they're, of course, in the prospective chef's tables. And so we start dinner service, and then we start off with the blue team. Both teams actually got a good start. Johnny put up some good risotto.
Right.
And then we see your team, Wendy, starts off well, also putting up good food. And then, of course, it doesn't last, unfortunately. Andrew messed up the catfish.
She messed up your dish,
Yeah,
girl.
messed it up. Big Andrew, Mr. Man, I know everything. Messed it up. He did bounce back. So he did bounce back. My thing is, and Wendy, I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook. I can make a mean hot link, and that's about it as far as my talent goes. But fried catfish, is that a difficult thing to do, to pull off? Because I know you guys do a lot of some complicated stuff in those kitchens. But fried catfish, how is that?
It's not necessarily difficult, but because it's fried, you can't do it and let it sit, which is what he had done.
Right, and that's how we got the soggy.
If you exactly, because the way I had breaded it was I had soaked it in like the seasoned buttermilk and everything, and then I drained it and tossed it in flour. So it wasn't like an actual batter; it was a very like thin flouring of it,
okay.
really.
Okay. I'm going to nod my head like
So-
I know what
so
you're talking
because
about.
I get what she's
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Well, because of that, it was very temperamental. It gets really soggy really fast,
Got
and
it.
it was maybe something I probably should have thought of ahead of time in making my dish, but I didn't really think that my dish was going to be the one going on the menu.
Got it. But you had a tutorial, correct, of how to make the dish, or no?
Yes.
You did. I was going to say. So they knew what
Yes,
to do.
but
They
it
knew
pretty much had to be the kind of the same thing. They basically just wanted to know what I had done to make the dish.
to make the dish. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
We see Shane on your team. She sends up dry chicken, and then sends up raw chicken. And this is actually for the chef table, which is not a good look.
For Adrian, who's very,
yeah.
very vocal. She was
Right.
very-
She was like, "Where's my food?"
I would like to eat when you guys eat, but I guess
Can I
that's
eat at
not
the same
possible.
time as you guys? Is that too difficult?
She was being a
for
real
this to happen?
housewife of
She
Beverly
was
Hills.
being it's for real. And my thing too, and this is my thing with Shayna. She's the chicken lady. She's been talking about chicken
Get the chicken.
for like the whole
Chicken.
season. So it's like she knows chicken, and to send up chicken bad on both spectrums, I was a little
Well,
disappointed.
even in the challenge. Wait,
Yeah.
wasn't there a challenge?
There was a
did
challenge that
chicken?
she did, isn't it, Wendy? She had a challenge where she also
Yes.
did make some good
That was the
chicken.
last
Yes, the
week.
challenge on the episode before
Yeah,
with the
that was
crossword
last week.
puzzle.
So
That's
I'm
why we
like,
got
what's really going on with the chicken? I'm just like, come on, Shayna, like, get the chicken. You're the chicken
Get the
lady.
chicken.
Right,
That's
get it
what she
cracking. And then we come to Wendy. Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy, it's your dish. You cook
my
your own
girl.
dish. and it was going up, and I hear the dramatic music, and I'm like, she ain't gonna mess her with this.
It was like, dun, dun, dun. Then I looked at Lem, I'm
and
like,
then,
oh,
yeah, and
no.
he starts bringing it back, and I'm like, oh, he's just bringing it back to say how excellent it is.
Yeah, that's
He
it's like,
he's like,
brings the food back and shows
right.
you. Look
I
at
mean,
this.
I'm just saying it's her dish, but unfortunately, that's not the case. It was bad, and Wendy, your expression was priceless. What was going through your head? Because I mean, you just automatically you're like, it's my fault, my dish, I messed up. You took ownership for it, but what were you feeling when he brings your own dish back?
Well, I feel like I had tried to like overcompensate for the fact that Andrew had made his so soggy that I tried to wait until too much to the last minute to make sure it was crispy.
Gotcha.
Also, I didn't have a chance to prep the catfish. Had I prepped the catfish, I would have never cut it in the manner it was cut.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really. It was they took the whole fillet and kind of did it like a crosswise.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a very, very thick center and two very, very thin edges.
Okay.
As opposed to taking that fillet and cutting it down the center and having it go from wide to thin only, it went from thin to wide to thin.
Gotcha. So it made it for difficult cook.
It did. It made for a little bit more of a difficult cook. And I had instead of cutting the fish open to check to see if I had thought it was done, I stuck my knife in it and touched my knife to see if my knife was hot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. I mean, it probably another 45 seconds, and it probably would have been perfect.
Cool.
But I pulled it just a little too soon.
Got it. And of course,
in my
that for the
fear
first
of
one?
letting it get soggy.
What's that?
Was that for the first one that went bad, or was that for the second one?
It was.
Because I didn't really get to see what was wrong with the last one.
Right.
But like I said, they were wonky freaking pieces.
Right.
So I guess where I had tempted was not close enough to the thick part in the center.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So, of course, now he's upset, and so he pulls you guys all into the back area and has this talk with you all, and then you guys come out, and you're still kind of just whatever. And then still doesn't go your way. And when I say your way, I'm talking about the entire team. And then he just kicks you guys out. So you guys are done. Of course, the blue team are just like, yeah, they're out of there. So let's finish up dinner service. So then that made that you guys, or you all, were the ones that had to deliberate to send, put two people up for elimination. And so you're deliberating. We see Kimberly and Shayna going at it. There's also a moment, and it looked like it was immediate, where you guys kind of came together. It's like, all right, let's deliberate. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. And that was like you like immediately said that I don't want to get sent up. And did you feel the heat coming? Is that why you like immediately said? I mean, I don't know if it was editing or what, but it seemed like immediately you were like, I'm just letting you know, don't put me up.
It was a little bit more editing than that. There was definitely lengthier conversations before that had happened. But I feel like that's probably where the conversation got interesting.
Okay. And that's why they showed it started there. Yes.
And that's why it started from there.
Got it. Okay. That's why we're asking. Yeah. That's why we want to know. And of course they were, you were kind of going back and forth. And then, like I said, you had the Kimberly and Shayna situation. Ultimately, it came down to that Shayna and yourself were put up. So you're up at elimination at this point.
And I do like how Shayna, the way that she wanted to kind of like shut down an argument just by yelling back, I'm not getting in an argument with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, all right, Shayna. That's cool.
Yeah, it took a while for it to get to the other person. Did you, if obviously no one ever wants to go up for elimination. I mean, even if you don't do well, you don't want to go up because of the fear of going home. When you ultimately were the one that were put up, how did it come to a consensus to where it was kind of the fish and the fact that, because I know that someone, I can't remember who it was, but their reasoning for putting you up, you said what? That's all it was?
That's all it was. It was just a fish, yeah.
It was just a fish. Okay. And they were kind of saying because it was your dish and you shouldn't have messed it up. So kind of like pulling for that to send you up. So you're up there. You give your piece. And I know we've talked to other people from the show. And the elimination ceremony itself is pretty lengthy. It's not as short as what we see it on TV. And so you're up there. You're kind of stating your case. I kind of want to get to the fact that he calls your name. And you go up and you take your jacket off. So have you conceded? You're just like, okay, they
She was
got
like,
me.
thank you, chef.
Yeah. Are you just ready? You just know you're going home, right?
It's one of those things you never really know, and whether it's your team up there or not, your heart still pounds the entire time. Doesn't matter. So when it is you, it's all the worse, you know, and it's one of those things that we had kind of learned earlier with Jessica, that she just didn't have the fight.
We talked about that.
So because of that being such a glaring, you know, kind of moment with her, it was like, all right, well, now we all got to fight.
Right.
You know, but once he called my name, it was like, you know, I don't know. I had kind of been worn on for a while by my team. Nobody cares about dessert, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? They thought I was horrible. But so, I mean, in several ways, I was kind of like, all right, send me home to my husband.
Now, when
but it's one of those things, like once they call your name, what do you do?
Right.
You know, you can only fight as much as you can when he asks you.
Right. Absolutely. What were you gonna say, Frank?
When Chef Ramsay says, "All right, Wendy, hand me take off your jacket," and you say, "All right, thank you, Chef," and he says, "Wait, I'm not done talking yet." At that moment, do you realize, like, oh man, I'm going to the blue team?
I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea. I was so brain already out the door because he took my jacket. It kind of took a minute for it to sink in.
Okay. And then
it wasn't really until he made the other guys get up that I was like, oh, well, shit.
What's going on? Did you think that, because I thought it might have been a situation where he tells you to take your jacket off, but then he calls up Shayna. Did you think maybe Shayna was going to go home instead of you because he called her afterwards? Because it seemed like that happened before he had told the guys to stand up.
You know, I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. You know, like I said, at that moment, your heart is just pounding
out your chest.
Yeah, and I'll admit, I thought it was
literally like boom, boom in my ears. Like it's nerve wracking. It's very nerve wracking.
Right.
So so I didn't know if when he took Shay's jacket, if he was sending us both home. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you never really have that confidence.
You don't know what's going on.
Of knowing what's going on.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, how did you feel?
I mean? They keep you on your toes for a reason.
Exactly. How did you feel knowing after the fact that he was switching you to the other team?
I was excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you excited or did you feel like,
I had basically gotten, you know, up to my eyeballs with everything that was going on. I don't know if you could see it in my face when I was when I was telling them that I didn't deserve to go up.
Yes.
You can kind of see on my face.
Oh,
I'm like, fuck y'all bitches. You kidding me? You know, so
because certainly the blue team, they've been kind of shown this season. A lot of the members on there are not the most upstanding gentlemen,
right?
That you know, the friendliest of guys. So I can understand you having a moment like, even though you get to still stay in the competition, but you're realizing, oh, I get to stay in the competition, but I got to be on the blue team. Right. I don't know if this is such a great thing as well.
Right? Did that cross your mind at all?
Well, I would think that because of what you went through, because of, you know, you being a pastry chef, and like you were saying earlier, of everybody coming at you and you being a target, seemed like it would have been something of more of a relief. Would that be it, or?
It was very much so a relief.
Okay.
It really kind of was. It was like, all right, you know, done with you guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm a lady chef. I've done construction. I've worked in a sawmill.
Oh, wow.
You know, most of my jobs I've done have been very, like, you know, male oriented. I've been the only woman in several occasions.
Okay.
And I don't even think I've ever even worked in a kitchen with that many women at the same time.
Oh, wow. So you were,
that wasn't
your comfort zone. Gotcha.
Yeah. So going to the boys team was way closer to my typical comfort zone of
Gotcha.
working with the boys.
Gotcha.
But at any time, did it cross your mind, maybe when you were walking back to the bunkers, that you could be their next scapegoat?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was the one
No,
thing
I
I
know.
was thinking.
Right.
Yeah, the other question.
It's hard for you guys to tell as much,
Right.
but the relationship between Heather and Andrew was nothing compared to the butt buddies of Paulie and Johnny.
Oh.
Butt buddies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing compared.
Hashtag.
These motherfuckers showered at the same time. They were ridiculous. So in a lot of ways, they shielded each other.
Okay.
Wow, that is some insight. That's
Yes.
some tea. She just spilled some
She
tea.
spilled the whole jar.
Oh, Wendy, I want to know your confessional after you, when the red team is heading back. Both teams are heading back up to the bunkers, and you're basically saying how you're just going to come back for vengeance against the red team. How quickly did that confessional happen? And did they coach you on anything to say, or was that just like right from the heart, just like I'm just going to lay out everything that's in my head right now?
Well, the bonus of being the one who gets put up is you get to do your confessional first, and you get to be the first to go take a shower and clean up when everything's over.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Because you can't shower and clean up until you do all your confessionals.
Right.
You can't
Makes
change your
sense.
clothes.
Right.
Right.
Makes sense.
It's
Makes
gonna
sense.
be in the heat of the moment
So-
still.
So when you're the one up for elimination, they take you first. They want your emotion. They want all of that.
Right.
So that is literally a situation where we go back to the dorms, and it's like, okay, they call your name, and then you go to confessional.
Got it.
Because I thought I was going to see your
So-
skull
so-
split open for a second right there, and your flaming skeleton come right out like, ah!
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I can get a little angry sometimes. My eyes
Get a
have
little
turned
red.
red.
Just a little
I've
bit, just a
definitely
tad.
thrown people through windows.
Wow.
Oh, Wendy.
Wendy is
I love
savage. Y'all don't know about Wendy. Y'all don't
She is a thug.
y'all don't know. Wendy's straight gangster.
Yeah, she's staying strong in Chi-Town,
Yes,
man.
she
Look
is
out.
gangster.
Get on her
I didn't
backside.
live in the Bronx without being gangster.
Right.
See,
tell ya.
Chef Ramsay put you on the other team to save the rest of the red team.
Right,
He was
exactly.
doing them a favor.
Right, 'cause
before you
y'all-
started splitting wigs
Y'all was
and
about
whatnot.
to. It's about to go down. White meat.
White meat.
White meat is about to
White
show.
meat.
Just saying. On skulls.
Yeah.
Not in no kitchen. No dishes. Wendy, before we let you go, we definitely want to find out what you have going on now, especially for the fans
Sorry,
that are
this-
following you and everything that's going on. I know you're now in Chicago.
I thought I needed it sour. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm now. Sorry, my chef just came in. We're trying to still finish everything up.
Oh, okay.
Tell him I
Hey.
said hey.
What up? Live action. Exclusive.
Sorry about that.
I had to do it. But yeah, tell us what's going on. You're actually at work right now. So what's going on? What
Yes.
you got going on? Talk to us.
I am at work. I currently work for the Roby Hotel,
Okay.
which is a beautiful hotel. It's like a boutique hotel here in Wicker Park in Chicago.
Nice.
It used to be an office building, so it's a very beautiful Art Deco building. It's everything is very nice, and today was our first day of Friends and Family,
Okay.
which is essentially where you feed people for free so you can practice making the food.
Got it. Yes. Very
So,
well. Nice.
so like you had said, we were supposed to do this 2 weeks ago,
Right.
when, where we didn't have any scheduling conflicts, but unfortunately, today being the very first day, I'm unfortunately still here.
Yeah. No, it's all
from
good.
7 o'clock this
We're
morning.
just happy you still made some time for us.
Exactly. No, we definitely appreciate it, and definitely what you
yeah.
have going on. Tell us again, what is the name of the restaurant or hotel that it's at?
The restaurant is called the Cafe Roby, and it's in the
Cafe Roby.
Roby Hotel,
Roby Hotel.
in Wicker Park in Chicago.
Nice. And also let everyone know where they can find you on social media, like Twitter, and all that good stuff.
Awesome. I have a fan page you can find me on.
Okay.
Just Wendy Mendez, and then my Twitter handle is at Chef Wendy Mendez.
Nice.
I know it's kind of plain. I used to have one that was a little more incognito, but that's my incognito name. I can't go giving that to everybody.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. No, your name is your brand.
That's what
You
it
know,
is.
you got to keep your pseudonym to yourself.
Exactly. No, absolutely. Understand. That's how it is. You and Big John. You got to keep all of that to yourself.
Yeah.
All of that. Well, Wendy, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you, just sharing it and spilling, like I said,
Spilling
the
the
tea,
tea.
all the tea, and letting us know about what goes on in the inner workings of Hell's
I
Kitchen.
wonder if they're going to show us any of that
Yeah.
exclusive.
I don't know.
romance.
We'll have to continue watching and see. I'm just glad that you're still there. So
Right.
maybe we have a chance to get you on the show again.
Yes.
And get the Skype action jumping on
Yeah.
so we can see your face and see those expressions
Heck yeah.
that you be making.
I miss those expressions.
And all of that.
Yo, you see my faces though, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
oh,
you
yeah. Oh, the
cannot
faces are the
miss
best.
them.
I'm sure
Especially
there's
when
memes out
somebody's
there.
just annoying you. Like
Yeah,
that
I'm
one
sh-
episode
yeah.
with Kim, you're just like, look.
Yeah, no, that was great. That was great. No, I love it. I love it. But thank you again, Wendy. We appreciate it. And until next time, keep
yeah.
cooking that good food.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
All right.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, Chef
Wendy
Wendy.
Mendez. Yeah, holding it down. She's actually at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grind never stops.
It never stops. These chefs, man, be going.
That's what I'm talking
at
about.
it. She moved to Chicago. I love Chicago. Architecture
I've
is
never been.
great. You never been? No. You been, Frank?
I'm from there.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Chi-Town's finest?
There you go.
Did we know that?
No, Chi-Time's worst. That's why I'm here.
Oh my God, I didn't
Chi-Time
know
said,
that.
goodbye, Frank. You gotta
Why
go.
didn't you
You
say
gotta
anything to her? Why didn't
Oh,
you?
man.
She doesn't want to know about my
Well, I
life.
guess she's kind of new. She just moved there not too long ago. right?
She did just move
See,
there.
you could have told her some places to check out.
Could have, yeah.
I'm not about that
You're
stuff.
not from,
It's a-
you're not from Chicago.
Frank. We're about Frank. All right, so let's now jump into these predictions because I want to know what you guys think coming up next. Hey.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yeah. Shout out to Steven in the booth, giving us the nice little sounds and,
Right.
and
Yes.
stuff jumping off. I miss having Steven. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Steven
Taking
knows.
charge.
Yes.
Taking charge.
All of it.
Living
all
large.
Of it. All
Big
of it.
boy.
All right, so Frank Moran,
Yes, sir.
going forward, we had a predictions last time. Has anything changed?
No,
I'm just curious.
I mean, because I thought that Andrew would be the first one to go to the red team, but I did not realize he'd be bringing Matt in tow.
That was odd.
Yeah,
That was odd.
Matt's
It was
good.
even odder when he said LeBron James and
Oh yeah, that was terrible. That was
Yes.
that was so far fetched. That was so far fetched.
I gave the serious eyes like,
Yeah, come on,
is he
dude.
talking
Yeah,
about?
No,
stop it.
Matt
Stop
is
it.
not long for this show.
Yeah.
he's going to be saying adios to the
Yeah.
competition pretty within, if not next episode, within 2 episodes.
within 2 episodes.
Yeah, guaranteed. The first time the red team's up for elimination, he's going.
you don't
Really?
think you don't
Yeah.
think you don't
Yeah.
think this will help him out a little
Oh,
bit?
come on. He is not going to take well to this at all.
I don't think so. Yeah, and I have to agree with you because I think because he's so focused on the fact that it's everyone else's. It's always someone else's fault.
accountability is
He
not
has
there.
no accountability whatsoever for his food. I mean, the fact that this last episode, him saying about, oh, this guy ain't Southern. Look at his accent. I mean, that tells you right there that he has no regard for his own cooking. Like he just thinks that it's the best.
I mean, we know he's a little petty.
But still, like, come on. These are like, Chef Ramsay brings in nationally renowned chefs, sometimes internationally renowned. So the fact that you're going to argue with that person who's an expert in this
No,
field.
he didn't argue with him.
Well,
that
I
was
mean-
a confessional. He would
Yeah.
never say that in front of him.
Okay, yes, you're correct.
Anybody
I
could
guess
be a thug.
Disagree. That's what I should say.
Okay, I'm like anyone could be a
Disagree.
thug in front of a
Right,
camera
exactly.
by themselves.
Right, right. I know there's a lot of social media thugs too.
I don't. Oh yeah, the
yeah,
the finger thugs
Yeah,
or whatever on the
exactly.
keyboard.
Right.
I definitely don't think he's gonna make it far, but I just wanted to play devil's advocate with you two for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for Ryan.
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 Really?
I've been on her train since the beginning, so thanks for jumping on my bandwagon.
Well, I think I brought her up 2 weeks ago. Like,
I brought her up first episode.
Okay, it's not a competition.
All
I'm
right,
just
I mean,
saying.
kind of made it seem like one.
Ooh, he's coming for me. Last time I heard,
Yes.
I was saying my little piece, and Frank dove
Right.
in.
Dove on in.
I'm with Frank. I love Ryan. Her little raspy voice is so cute. It's like,
Ryan's. I mean, she's a good looking woman. I mean, I
Hey,
think
let's talk
she's.
about her qualities as a
I
chef.
know.
though,
I'm
Lem.
like, what?
Well,
Hold
she's
on.
Keep going.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway,
She's a good looking woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Golly.
okay. I'm saying that you said raspy voice, and then I was continuing the conversation of the description of Ryan.
Yeah.
But if you would let me finish, what I was going to say was...
Really, because there was a long one. I feel like it was an end of a thought and a sentence right there. There was
Yes.
nothing coming after that.
It was a lot. It was a whole story. It's a long paragraph. As I was going to say, before y'all cut me off and was not done, I was going to say that I think she's middle of the road. I think she's been very middle, meaning that she hasn't done really bad, but
The
she
hands.
hasn't stood out also. I'm
They were
talking-
like over here in my camp. No, I'm sorry.
but I think she's been very
she's
middle. I think she's been very middle. So I can see that she will make it far because she hasn't been either side.
Have we seen her struggle?
We haven't seen her
That's
struggle.
what I'm saying.
I have
She
not
hasn't been
seen
bad, but I
her
haven't seen her
struggle
excel either.
Oh,
Like really
I've seen her have
excel.
like the best dish out of her whole team.
I think
on a couple of
yeah,
challenges.
she's excelled more in the
Yeah.
challenges. I mean, she's never done terrible during
During
service.
her service.
But I mean, during challenges, she's excelled.
I
Yeah.
feel like she just disappears to me.
Because you know what? You just keep looking at her.
Right, because I'm
Well,
just
and
her
then
beauty
plus they keep
is blinding.
shoving all the other dramatics in our face
That's
when we're
true.
watching the show. So there's all the edits of the drama. There's all the edits.
And
of,
she doesn't really have any drama.
right, because
So,
she's just superb.
she's just amazing.
She's
Okay.
upper echelon.
I'm putting her as my winner right now.
upper echelon.
Winner?
Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
I think
Interesting.
she's-
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll see. That being said, that's been our show, ladies and gentlemen. Hell's Kitchen. So to wake up.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. We got through another episode. We want to thank Wendy Mendez for joining us
Oh, yeah.
on this episode. Appreciate her. Chicago, holding it down where she's at. I've been your host, Lem Gonsalves. You can always find me on social media at The Poet Saint all day, every day. Also check my website, stayonthemic.com. Rhavin, where you at, girl?
Rhavin with the V, McSweeny. You can find me at B Stays Busy, Bizzy.
And you can follow me on Twitter, Happy Go Jackie. Check out Lem's page on Friday, stayonthemic.com for Hot Tub Talkins. Lem and Frank will be chatting it up in a hot tub.
Never.
Exclusive.
On that note, until next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.